So unlike everybody else alone, in spite of the fact that some people still think that they know, but no, he knows the code. It's not about the salary, it's all about reality and making some noise, making a story, making sure his click stays up. That means when he puts it down, tax picking. They let me get lost to be known. Let me see the reaction when I hit with the phone. Back here, me in the back, got cello in the front. Listen to the record right now, what you want. It's so fly, the club on song. Got hits like the woman beating the back of the dome. Legs to your back, throw back the zone. Beat in the waist, move to the front. Bounce, step out into the just a little bit. Power, show me your feet, just a little bit. Ain't nobody here, why better than me? Purple flag to the left, who better than me? I got all star squads, better than me. Man, listen to the beat, who better than me? I paid to get in, so I ain't finna chill. My week been way too long. I got so much money, I should start a bank. So much paper right in front of me, it's hard to think. Why so many bottles, it's gonna be hard to drink. But I'm still growing up, and my family here, and they growing up so hard. The bigger the bill, the harder you fall. Or I'm going live, cause my money long. The quicker you're here, the faster you go. That's why where I come from, the only thing we know is hard. The bigger the bill, the harder you fall. Or I'm going live, cause my money long. The quicker you're here, the faster you go. That's why where I come from, the only thing we know is so crack a bottle, let your body waddle. Don't act like a sloppy model, you just hit the lotto. Uh-oh, just hopping in my Tahoe. Got a rockin' shotgun and you're not one of them got clothes. Now where's the rubbers? Who got the rubbers? I noticed there's so many of them in this feeling, not that many of us. And ladies love us, my boss is kicking up dust. It's on to the break of dawn and we're starting this party from dusk. Dr. Dre. They see that low rider go by, they like, oh my. You ain't got to tell me why you're sick, cause I know why. I did like sick of Dre. I'm the niche that they can't scratch, they sick of me. But hey, what else can I say? I love LA, cause over and above all, it's just another day. And this one begins where the last one ends. Pick up where we left off and get smashed again. All I do is win, no matter what. Got money in my mind, I can never get enough. And every time I step up in the building, everybody hands go up. And they stay there, and they stay there, and they stay there. Cause all I do is win. And if you go in here, put your hands in the air. Ludacris going in on the verse, 'cause I'm in the then I won't stop now. Get your hands up, give them in the sky for the homies that ain't making it, my folks locked down. Back, lay it on that contour, look on it, Lunatic, and I'm on this foolish track, so I spit my foolish flow, my hands go up and down.
Hey, boy, it's good and he knows it. He don't say it, he shows it. I'm just like the Rosen. If I shoot it, it goes in. I'm in Cali just coasting. Get him so lucky he coasters. I got a selfie with Oprah. I just ain't ever posted. And I'm in my happy place roasted. I ain't frowned since 06. I ain't cried since so what. My day flags in your house is no fun. You can come back to mine now. Brandon Q, but it's fine now. We going on high notes. Spy with my little life.
Only anchor the air.
Curly had a cutie, I could turn into my wife.
Hospital last night, worked here, next day. Some people have taken 2 weeks off.
Girlie, I can get you Curly had a cutie, I could turn into my wife. Wait, that means forever, or never mind.
Cinderella man, action. Just let it slip. Yo. His palms are sweaty, knees weak, arms are heavy. His vomit on his sweater already. Mom's spaghetti, he's nervous, but on the surface he looks calm and ready to drop bombs. But he keeps on forgetting what he wrote down. The whole crowd goes so loud, he opens his mouth, but the words won't come out. He's joking how? Everybody's joking now. The clock's run out, time's up, over, plow. Snap back to reality. Oh, there goes gravity. Oh, there goes gravity. Choke. He's so mad, but he won't give up. Daddies, he knows he won't have it. He knows his whole raps that he's ropes. It don't matter. He's dope. He knows that, but he's broke. He's so sad that he knows when he goes back to this mobile home. That's when it's back to the lab again. Actually, better go back to this moment and hope it don't do it. It's out in the music. He's up. A-Town. That don't kill me, can only make me stronger. I need you to hurry up now, cause I can't wait much longer. I know I got to be right now, cause I can't get no longer. Man, I've been waiting all night now, that's how long I've been on ya. Let's get lost tonight, you could be my black cat moss tonight. I'm living in the 21st century, doing something mean to it. Do it better than anybody you ever seen. Do it springs from the haters, got a nice ring to it. I guess every superhero need his thing. No one man to have all that power. The clock's ticking, I just count the hours. Stop tripping, I put it off the power. The system broken, the store's closed, the prison's open. We ain't got nothing to lose, everybody we rollin'. Everybody we rollin'. With some light-skinned girls and some plain rollers. In this white man world, we the ones chosen. So the next cool world, I see you in the morning. I see you in the morning. This is way too much, I need a moment.
Don't stop, make it pop, DJ blowing speakers up tonight. I'ma fight till we see the sunlight. Tick-tock on the clock, the party on fight till we see the sunlight. Tick-tock on the clock, the party on
Champagne poppin', it's my house, come on, turn it up, Hear a knock on the door when the night begins. Cause we done this before, so you come on in. Make yourself up a home, tell me where you been. And you know where I live. Yeah, you know what we is. Sometimes you gotta say, welcome to my house. Baby, take control now. We can't even slow down. We don't have to go don't change. Ever since we was on, I dreamed it all. Ever since I was young, they said I wouldn't be nothing. Now they always say congratulations. Worked so hard, forgot how to vacation. They ain't never had the dedication. People hate, say we changing, look, we made it. Yeah, we made it. I was patient, yeah. Oh, I was patient. Now I can scream that we made it. Now everywhere, everywhere I go, they say
It's hard to yell when the back rails in your mouth. Bring them out, bring them out. Hey. Bring them out, bring them out. Yeah. Bring them out, bring them out. Hey. Bring them out, bring them out.
VIP coming live from the VIP. Heard the night like off like what I need. Monkey legs in the state, wanna see by me. The whole city got Chris, heard he got 3. That other rapper got a hit with shawty, he not out. Who set the city on fire soon as he got free? The king back now. Raw don't even know how to act now. Hit the club, strippers getting naked, boy, I sat down. Still ballin', money stacked out the shack now. Still push a button to let the roof on the lag down. I'm on the road doing shows through my Mac down. Mississippi to Philly, Albuquerque to chat time. I got the crowd yelling, bring them out, bring them out. I'm a hot girl yelling, bring them out, bring them out. All the dope boys yelling, bring them out, bring them out. Put the back day yelling, bring them out, bring them out. Yeah, what other southern rapper hood than this? I got rich and I'm still in a hooligan clique.
Gucci down to the socks like I'm Biggie Papa. Keep your girl in my Tommy boxes, but put it down, she'll say it, cause you know the burger's down there, put it down. She don't get nothing from my down. What she get is hard, get some Cheerios. Tryna send it out, but I never count. But I put them in a cup with the pretty low. No tint out on my window, so you see nothing in the Benzo. Got me feeling like Jim Jones. I'm a cool out, no limp out. Couldn't copy my style in pink out. What up on the then I put them in the dirt. What up in the building? What up in the building? Yeah, when they come to my nerves, I ain't lying. Then what? Schoolboy Q when I pounded up. So much tears to her.
Everybody going yell, hey. Dang, Kanye, no, that's Montana. A loose cannon. Now we getting older, it's just homework and science. Before I come up off the crib, I gotta peek through the blinds. Rock jeans and my nights and the jet shoe and diamonds. Long deck to my left, top dog to my right. Pull up to the light, double cup with some ice. Block 17, the battle up it quick and still not my life. In the hood where I'm from, you go show a light. If your daddy was a rat, then your is a mic. Go get your brother, get your cousin. It's taking your life. It's Jimmy Wonky up the house. Don't make me do this shit twice. 1, 2, make me come about that roof. 3, 4, now watch that back go. 5, 6, finna do a hit. 7, 8, I'm in shot my AK. 9, 10, you can't see behind the tent. Yeah.
Hey, I remember syrup sandwiches and crime allowances, finessing on them whistle shouting, but now I'm counting this. I'm a genre, my accountant, looking like I'm counting this. You say with my food, they taste like Kool-Aid for the analyst. Girl, I'm by your recipe, girl, with my face stuff. I know that it's good, but you said they don't like taste, but I get way too busy once you get me silly pictures. Pull up on your black Leon, sit down. Who that thinking that he friend? No, man. Get the off my stage. That ain't right. I ain't nigga play blowing up your whole life. I'm so sick and tired of the Photoshop. Show me something natural like Edinboro with your pride. Show me something natural. I wanna feel some stretch marks. Still take you down right on your mama count your color side. Hey, this is way too crazy. Hey,
Let's go. What you know about me? What you know about me? What you know about me? What you know? It's in my lip gloss is cool. My lip gloss be popping. I'm saving in my locker, and all the boys keep stopping. What you know about me? What you know about me? What you know about me? What you know? It's in my lip gloss is popping. My lip gloss is cool. Keep jocking, they chasing after school. Mac, L'Oreal, yeah, 'cause I'm worth it. The way I like the corners of my mouth, so I work it when I walk down the hallway. They can't say nothing. Oh, my lips so luscious. The way I spice it up with the Mac brushes. L'Oreal got them watermelon crushes. That's probably the reason all these boys got crushes. What you know about me? What you know about me? What you know about me? What you know? It's in my lip gloss is cool. My lip gloss be popping. I'm saving in my locker, and all the boys keep stopping. Who's been working so damn hard?
Those are your starting laps. Thank you very much.
Hope you out there. Sarah Baskey,
Basky,
Ashley Mutkiss,
Mutkiss,
Root, Broadman,
Rodman,
Chatton. That's Haley.
Haley, okay.
Bujanowski.
Bujanowski. Okay.
Michaela Cologne on our side.
Okay.
Michaela Cologne, Carolyn Passervip.
Hasserbib.
Tanner Ross, Danielle Kohler, Danielle Delacola, Kelly Lynch, Kai Law.
Welcome everybody into Phillipsburg Soccer Facility in California, PA for One Soccer with your California Vulcans Fighting Scots. Welcome into the broadcast. I am Stephen Ruffing and I will be solo for the first half, and hopefully I'll be joined with Gary Smith in the second half. Let's look at our two teams in Edinboro. They're going to be 1-2-1 overall, 1-2-1 overall, and 1-2 in the conference. Edinboro, they lost their last two. They tied Slippery Rock for that one tie. They're 0-1-1 at home, 1-1 and 0 away. California, they have a 1-2-1 overall, 1-1-1 in the conference. They are 0-0-1 at home, 1-2 and 0 away. In this last game, Edinboro, they're coming off a loss as well as California. Edinboro, they took a loss to Lock Haven. California last game, they took a loss. They were at Bloomsburg. They took a 3-2 loss in overtime. Now, these two teams, the last time they met was September 21st, 2016, where Edinboro, they came away with the victory 1-0. Now, let's look at tonight's starters for Edinboro. Sarah Baskey, the goalkeeper, Ashley Mutkiss, Alex Root, Colleen Broadman, Danielle Chadden, Haley Hammer, Rebecca Manns, Sydney Dobbins, Cameron Bujanowski, Marissa Shields, and Sarah Ridey. And for the California Vulcans, we have senior Michaela Colon in goal, Carolyn Passerbib, Zana Ross, Danielle Kohler, Daniela Kelly Lynch, Kylie Austin, Francesca Senna, Carberry, Brianna Bracero, and Olivia Bryan. Now, we have a good matchup ahead of us, and real quick, we want to focus on head coach Glenn Francis for California. He is coming from his fourth year coaching the California women's team. We just want to send thoughts to coaches, family, and friends in Antigua, which was affected by Hurricane Irma. So everyone here at CUTV is sending their thoughts, and hopefully everything is okay in this very drastic situation going on with the hurricane. California, they're going to be eyeing up Ashley Mutkiss, this Fighting Scots forward. She is leading the team as well as three others with, Ashley Mutkiss is leading the team with 3 goals. So California, they're going to be wanting to watch her. She's a very strong forward. She is the senior forward in this team. Now, California, Michaela Colon, the starting goalie, she is also a force to be reckoned with. Now, kickoff is away. California, they're going to start with it. They're sending the ball up the field. Carolyn Passerbib sends the ball to Zana Ross. Zana Ross, early in the game, has a chance and misses wide. California starting off fast against the Fighting Scots, as that was a nice opportunity for Zana Ross. She sends it wide. Coach Francis is going to like this fast tempo for California early on in the game. The ball was sent out wide for a Fighting Scots goal kick. Down the field, that's going to be right to a Vulcan. In the middle of the field, California trying to set it up. Gives it away to the Fighting Scots. This one's going to be sent out wide, sent down the field. That's going to be Zana Ross. She's going to try to speed her way to the corner. She sends it in, but that one's going to be out for a Fighting Scots goal kick. California really utilizing the width of and long to Zana Ross. She's a very speedy forward, listed as a defenseman midfielder, but it seems like she's playing that forward position. California in the middle of the field, fighting for that ball. Fighting Scots try to send it wide. That's going to be intercepted by California. This ball is going to be sent up the field, but that one's going to be snatched up by Sarah Baskey. California really setting up those through balls, getting players up the field fast. Fighting Scots have a chance in California's end. This one's going to be breaking away. Fighting Scots sends the ball down the field. A nice move there to get past the California defender, and there's going to be a penalty called here. We'll see who that was on. That's going to be on California defenseman. believe that was number 7, Danielle Kohler. Fighting Scots potentially have their first opportunity in this game from this set piece. Fighting Scots are going to want to send this one wide where all of the Edinboro players are stacked up. And they're going to decide to go short and on the ground. Now the ball is going to be sent in. There's a Fighting Scot there. A shot wide. And that was Michaela Colon cutting off that angle. A lot of balls sent forward. Very midfield-minded game, as we could all probably predicted these two teams very strong defensively, very strong in the midfield. Of course, Edinboro has Ashley Mutkiss up top, that strong forward. Chadden tries to send this ball in, scooped up by Cologne. Cologne sends it up into the midfield. This one's headed out, and I believe this is going to be off of California. Or I'm sorry, this is going to be off Fighting Scots. Brian tries settling it, sends it back. This one's going to be given away to a Fighting Scot. Ball sent through the midfield. California picks it up. And California just trying to regroup as the ball sent back over to Cologne. California moving the ball out wide, sending the ball up. A battle in the midfield. Midfield, you could already tell this ball sent up for California. Edinboro's goalie, Sarah Baskey, pressing up a great deal. Almost looks like she's playing as a center back there, but she is a goalie. She should be in that box. California picks this one up in the midfield. Another ball sent up wide. Miscommunication between the forward and the defenseman. This ball is going to skitter out wide, out of bounds for a Fighting Scots throw. California coming off a loss. Edinboro coming off a loss. Both teams want to regain this momentum to further on in the season. Play is by Carolyn Pasherbib. Pasherbib sends the ball in. No one's home. This one looks like it's going to go out wide, and it does. Fighting Scots throw a nice chance there created by Pasherbib, sending that ball a little too much pace on it. A good chance for California. They're going to want to keep this up, sending those balls in. It's what they've been trying to do early on in the game. This ball sent in to Sarah Baskey, the senior goaltender from Strongsville, Ohio. Ball is played down to California's end. Fighting Scots pick it up. Pass through the midfield. She's going to want to look to send this through, and she does. She's going to find number 13, Rebecca Manns. Manns in the corner. Tries cutting that ball back. Broken up, out of bounds. Fighting Scots throw. 38-35 left to play in this first half. This ball is going to be sent in. A shot and a goal from Edinboro Fighting Scots. That's number 14, Sydney Dobbins. Edinboro, an early 1-0 lead. And the way that ball was set up perfectly from the corner, inside, right above the box, and a beautifully strucken kick to the bottom corner of the net. Snuck past Michaela Colon, and you couldn't have placed that shot any better. She gave it her all, but just too much speed and too much accuracy on that shot. California trying to stay tight defensively, sending this ball up to the far side of the field to number 11, Kelly Lynch. Lynch loses that ball to an Edinboro right back. This ball is going to be played out of Edinboro's end. Chadden's going to send this one up. It looked to be offsides, and it is. Just a hair. She's not even going to argue that one because she was about a half a foot offsides. California's going to be looking upfield on this set piece. Ball sent in. A nice defensive play by the Fighting Scots. This ball's played wide. A chance to send that ball up to Haley Hammer, but Californians do a great job defensively breaking that up. Fighting Scots are going to get that right in the midfield again. Going to be wanting an offsides call there, but that one's going to be broken up by that ball out for a California. Going to be the first as for the Fighting Scots. These set pieces, you don't want to take them for granted. You want to take advantage of every single one that you have. Fighting Scots just going to go short with this one. Looking to set up, goes at the top of the box. It's going to be a shot, and that's going to be right off the post. Right into the feet of a Fighting Scots player, and that's going to be broken up beautifully by number 13, Francesca Senna. A fantastic opportunity for the Fighting Scots for number 14, Sydney Dobbins, as she looks to get her second one of the evening. Right off that post, a fantastic. And just like I said before, taking advantage of these set pieces are crucial. As Fighting Scots, they're looking possibly to do the same thing, just going short. But no, they're going to go inside the box. That's going to be a header and almost broken up, but a beautiful heading goal off the post and in the net for the Fighting Scots to make this 2-0. And just like that, taking advantage of that set piece, getting another goal for the evening. Full header, almost broken up by California defenseman. Hit the post, down and in. 2 shots. And about the 9th minute of this game. Fighting Scots controlling this ball wide, sending it. Chaddon trying to run with it. That ball is sent in through. It's going to be Senna breaking that one up for a Fighting Scots throw. Fighting Scots looking to go attack that California could take advantage of Baskey being up so far. Cologne slides in, makes a fantastic save. Nothing too hard, very simple, just slides in, grabs that ball. Cologne's just going to roll this one out wide. Brian, she's going to look to go upfield. This one's going to be deflected out off the Fighting Scots for a California throw. California staying patient, trying to regroup. Ross loses that battle in the air. The ball is going to go back to Baskey. She's going to go out wide with it. Sending the ball up. A nice play there. This one's going to be off of California, the center ref says. Fighting Scots throw. This one's broken up. Fighting Scots have someone out wide to go through. They're going to go try to go shred with the middle, sending back out wide. Ball is booted up for another Fighting Scots throw. California. And this is the counterattack I was talking about. Ross has a lot of speed. This one, Baskey, and Ross is taken down, but nothing, not enough for a ref to call it. But Baskey, she has to be aware of California because Ross does have speed up on that forward position, and just like that, that could have been very dangerous for the Fighting Scots. Ashley Mudkiss battling away for this ball. She makes a nice move inside the box. She's going to be looking for someone. This one's going to be Broken up by California, out for yet another corner kick for the Fighting Scots. So we make our way into the 13th minute of this game. Fighting Scots up 2-0 off two very well-taken goals. This one's away and broken up by Cologne. And California's just going to boot this one out. Ross controls it. A little too much heat on that ball. You got to figure out the weight of this ball and send nice pace to the players. You don't want to put too much on it on a counterattack. California going out wide. Fighting Scots just there to intercept it. Sends it back to the California defense. Nice move made there by Senna. I'm sorry, that was Delaquila. This one sent in, broken up, and there's going to be a foul called on number 20, Kira Carberry. Carberry, strong defensive midfielder, just putting too much strength into that tackle. So far, Fighting Scots really controlling this game. California is one counterattack away of shortening this lead to 1 goal. Ball is sent in, and Cologne should have no trouble. Cologne letting her team regroup. She's going to punt this one away. It's going to be a battle in the air, and Fighting Scots win that one. Ross, she has a chance. She's going to break away. Baskey's right there. She's almost playing as that center back, as I was saying. We'll see how that comes in effect. Fighting Scots have a chance here. Man's going to shoot it. This one's going to be saved by Cologne. Cologne just got a fingertip on it to send it out wide for a Fighting Scots corner. Cologne, the senior goalkeeper, proving there why she is the star goalie for this California team. He has 2 other goalies on the bench. Gianna Sinatra, Riley McGlumphy. Sinatra McGlumphy is a sophomore. This ball is going to be sent in. Fighting Scots can't handle it, but they still have possession. This one's going to be sent out by Delaquila. California has a chance on the counterattack as Ross fighting for that ball, putting up a great fight. She's going to draw the foul against Ashley Mutkus. Mutkus has to stay in this game. She is the leader of this team, leading them in goals as well as points. Ball sent up the field off the feet of Brianna Bracero for a Fighting Scots throw. Nice defensive play by Delaquila. Delaquila, little miscommunication between the California players. This one's sent up. Ross has a chance. Bracero. Try sending this one up to Ross. And all you need to do is give Ross a ball in the air and she could beat on the field. Cuts back, sends this one out wide. This one's going to be too much heat and a little wide for Rebecca Manns. Skitters out wide for California throw. Ball sent in, broken up by Manns. Adding a foot on it, too much. Cologne deals with that one very easily, sends it up wide. Fighting Scots back with possession. Fighting Scots going to send this one up to Mutkus. Mutkus always a threat, especially in that corner. She makes a nice It's cut in wide. Mans just tries curving this one into the top right corner. Cologne's right there to bring it down and prepare for the punt. Fighting Scots winning almost every air battle right now. California has to tighten up in the midfield. Playing well defensively. Those 2 goals really aren't saying much how this defense is playing. So we're in the 18th minute of this game. Fighting Scots up 2-0. Mudkiss was on Kylie Austin. This ball sent up to the midfield. Fighting Scots controlling about 70% of this possession. California about 30% of this possession in this game so far. This ball goes out wide. Fighting Scots. As we see a couple Fighting Scots players warming up, there's going to be 4 players I see warming up for the Fighting Scots, 1 player warming up for California. This ball sent in off the head of number 7, Daniel Kohler for California. Sent out for another Fighting Scots corner kick. Fighting Scots have a player up close, but this one's going to be sent at the edge of the box. Number 22, Sarah Righty. Righty with a shot and way out wide, not even close to the goal. Doesn't bother Cologne much as she's going to prepare for California's free kick. This one's sent in the midfield. That one bounces right over Ross's head. California fighting for position. This one's going to be called a little scrappy there as a couple California players go down. Far, no cards have been shown. A few fouls, though, as you're going to see in every game. This ball is sent up for Ross. This one's going to be off the head of Fighting Scots defender. Goes out wide for a California throw. California in a pretty decent position. They want to treat this throw in almost like you would treat a corner. California sends this one into the box. It's going to be right to the feet of number 20, Kira Carberry. Fighting Scot is going to be tripped up for an Edinboro free kick. This one's going to be short. California presses. Ball sent to the midfield. One in favor of the Fighting Scots. The ball sent up. Each team is really trying to send that ball through the air past the defensive line. California have 4 back. Looks like they're going to be playing a 4-3-1-2. Very rare formation for soccer. So there was a foul called on California for Edinboro Fighting Scots free kick. This ball is going to be broken up. This one's going to be sent way out wide from Haley Hammer. A good opportunity. Sends it wide as California will get their first sub into the game. Number 23, Brianna Bracero, will have a seat. Number 10, Angel Jones, will come in, the freshman from Chambersburg. California wins this one in the air, but goes to the Fighting Scots in midfield. Mans is out wide, and a brilliant ball in. Cologne's going to come in and challenge it and scoop that one right up. Denies the Fighting Scots of another great opportunity. Cologne keeping this defensive shape together. This ball is sent to the opposite side of the field for a switch. This one's on the far side. This one's going to be sent to Ross. Ross has the speed. He's going to settle it in that corner. She's going to take the Fighting Scot on one-on-one. This ball is broken up. Sent up wide to an Edinboro player. This one's going to be just about out of bounds, but saved by the California player. California just... This one's going to be hit off a Fighting Scud. This is going to set up for California's first corner kick of the evening. As fans say, let's get one white. California has a great opportunity here to send this one in and take advantage of the set piece. This one's sent in. California there. This one's battled in the air. Goes to Francesca. Broken up by the Fighting Scots, and this one's away. A pretty decent opportunity there for the Vulcans. California just trying to send this one upfield, right back into the arms of the Fighting Scots. Mans has a player out wide, and she sees her. Cologne reads it well, comes out, and breaks that pass up. Cologne, great awareness in that box. Really controls her territory well. This ball is going to be headed back to senior goalkeeper Sarah Baskey. Baskey lets that one roll into the goalkeeper's territory. So we're in the 24th minute of this game. Fighting Scots still have that 2-point lead over California. One sent in. Battle in the air. De La Quilla tries to the shoulder of California, trying to stay concrete defensively, but Fighting Scots overpowering them at this moment. Hammer tries to send that ball in. Cologne does a great job of breaking. What a tough goalie she is. Fighting Scots trying to take advantage. They have a player short, which they've been doing that all night, trying to play mental games with the Vulcans right now. This one's going to be sent in. Cologne right there to grab that one right into the goalie's arms. Fighting Scots are going to be looking to set up better opportunities off those set pieces. Battle in the air, won by the Fighting Scots. This one's going to be over to Mans. Fighting Scots have a player to the left. They're going to go to the far side of the field, broken up by the California defense. Ashley Mutkiss sends this ball out wide. Fighting Scots try to beat them there. They do. They find that ball in the corner. California takes care of that one defensively, but right back into the arms of the Fighting Scots. California finally clears that one out. Angel Jones, the recent sub for California, almost had her first opportunity of the evening. Fighting Scots going wide, trying to get past that California defense, but no one was home. But Haley Hammer's right there. California decides to kick this one out off the Fighting Scots for a Vulcans throw. This ball sent up to Jones. Ball was played back and forth in the California midfield. Ball's going to be almost sent up top over the Fighting Scots defense off Broadman's head back into California's zone. This is going to be cleared away by the Vulcans. Kira Carberry challenging the Fighting Scott in the midfield. Carberry, like I said, a very powerful defensive mid. Nice move in the midfield there by the Fighting Scots. Fighting Scots go wide to Mans. The ball is too far ahead of her. That one's going to go out for a California free kick. Edinboro Fighting Scots are going to make their first sub of the night. Haley Hammer's going to go have a seat for a little while. Trying to see who is for the Fighting Scots. I believe that's Ellie Frenia. California's trying to settle this one. Is off the Fighting Scots. Wide over the top. There's Ross. Ross, a perfect opportunity for a counterattack. She cuts in. She's going to have a shot low and straight to the goalie. Ross setting up those opportunities to send those balls past the Edinboro's backs. Baskey should be on her toes back there. She likes to. This one's going to be a California free kick. California has a free kick in some pretty respectable territory. This one's going to be sent right up the middle. Fighting Scots win that one in the air. Carberry tries to go to Jones. Off at Jones's head. There was a question for the ball there. Jones has an opportunity here. She kicks that one off. It's going to be a California corner. If Jones could have settled that one, got past. Sends this one out for a Vulcans corner kick. It's going to be Delaquila taking this one. California has about 5 players stacked in that penalty area. Heads up right off of number 18. I'm sorry. Number 13, Francesca Senna. And out wide for Edinboro goal kick. That was off Kylie Austin. Out wide, number 12. Austin tries to send this one forward, broken up by the Fighting Scots, right back into the California defensive end. Ellie Frenia, the recent sub for the Fighting Scots. Fighting Scots have one out wide. They see her, but not enough juice on that pass. Off the head of Alex Rue for the Fighting Scots. Angel Jones has a take her on one-on-one. This one's right back to the California midfield. This one's going to be sent out to the near side. Man sends this one up. Settled in the midfield. California makes a huge defensive play. This one's going to be out wide to number 15, Holly Jacobson, who just recently made her way into the game. Fighting Scots throw. Bomb is broken up by Brian. Fighting Scots keep possession. This one out wide, broken up by California. A nice little touch there to get past the Fighting Scots defender. That's Danielle Collier. Kohler taken down. Keeps possession of that ball. Sends it to Carolyn Passerbib. Passerbib sends a rocket straight to Sarah Baskey, and Baskey cradles that ball under her chest. A fantastic opportunity for Passerbib. Ball sent up to Ross. Ross can't get ahead on it. Challenging the Fighting defenders. So we're in the 32nd minute of this game. This one is flying by, and it's far from over. Fighting Scots still have a 2-0 lead. This one sent up. Headed away by the California defense. California Nice defensive play, but taken right back by Rebecca Mans. Mans has Mutkus. Mutkus controlling that ball, makes a nice crossover there. Sends that ball in. And that's going to be in the net. Mutkus sends it over the head of Cologne into the bottom corner, making this a 3-0 game in favor of the placed ball in the bottom corner from Mutkus. She is really showing off her talent so far in this game. Mutkus, it all started from that nice crossover move in the corner. Looked like she was sending that ball in, almost a misplaced pass, but worked in the favor of the Fighting Scots as that one went right into the bottom corner of the California net. As we get back underway, California needs to slim this lead. They've had the opportunities. Now it's about taking advantage of them. This is going to be a California throw. Huge throw-in. Angel Jones contends the the Fighting Scots defender. This ball is going to be played out wide for the Fighting Scots, sent into the midfield. Game of tic-tac-toe is played right before the Fighting Scots sent that up to Ellie Frenia. Ross makes a nice move but can't get control of that ball. California takes control right back in that midfield. The ball's a nice played ball to Ross, but that defense just moved up at the last seconds to force Ross offsides. That could have been a fantastic opportunity for the California forward, Zayna Ross. As a freshman, she's really strutting her talent on this field right now with speed and skill. She has been on the side of almost every opportunity California had. Listed as a defenseman and a midfielder playing forward this game. Alongside Alex Jones, this one's sent up to Mans for the Fighting Scots. Mans settles that ball in the corner, takes on a California defender. This one's going to be off the Vulcans for a Fighting Scots corner. As we're going to have a double switch here for the Fighting Scots. Two people came on, waiting for two people to get off the field. Ashley Mutkus and number 22, Sarah Reedy, are going to take a seat for the Fighting Scots. Fighting Scots have a corner here. A low sends it in off the foot of California, setting up yet another Fighting Scots corner kick. Mans is going to be the one sending this one in. Goes through about 5 players on both sides. Fighting Scots still take control of this. It's going to be a shot off the California. A call for a handball by the Fighting Scots. California saved by the bell on that one. So we're in the 35th minute of this game. Fighting Scots just recently got a 3-0 lead over the Vulcans. This one's going to be sent forward. Angel Jones is there. She has the defense beat, taking this one to the corner. Broken up very nicely by Marissa Shields for the Fighting Scots. A strong left back for the Edinboro side. California awaits this throw. California decides to go short on the throw. They're going to send it in. A nice ball. But nothing too much Sarah Baskey can't handle, as she cradles that one and is going to punt this one away. Fighting Scots win yet another aerial battle. They're going to control it in the midfield. Now out wide, a nice back heel to send this ball forward to Ellie Frenia. Ball sent out wide off Fighting Scott head and out of bounds. California throw this one in. A ball sent to the far corner, to the near corner for California. Angel Jones isn't there. Testing the Edinboro defense. This one's going to be sent up to the midfield, controlled by the Fighting Scots. California controls. The ball sent in. Ross is there, but that one's going to be headed away by Alex Root. Nice cut back in the midfield. Nice moves. The ball is sent out wide. Now to the corner for the Fighting Scots. And broken up very easily by number 13, Francesca Senna. Fighting Scots are going to be making 2 more subs here, as they have a very, very deep roster. About 33 players on Edinboro's roster, so they have a lot to choose from in situations like this. Baskey controls that one. Fighting Scots looking to move forward, trying to send the ball wide, and they do. This one's going to go to the Edinboro's corner. Broken up by the Vulcans. Sent in the midfield, sent in. Fighting Scots have another opportunity, and Cologne is there to break that one up. Almost another opportunity for Ellie Frenia, the sub for the Fighting Scots. This one's going to be sent to the midfield by Cologne. Out wide for California throw. California and the Fighting Scots will both make a substitution. Kelly Lynch makes her way back into the game. She's going to be up top with Xana Ross. Ross has an opportunity, showing off her speed. Fighting Scots take control in their corner. That one's going to be off the foot of Xana Ross for a Fighting Scots throw. As we head into the 40th minute, Fighting Scots still hold a 3-0 lead. California trying to make their way onto the board. Fighting Scots looking to make another opportunity, trying to send this ball through. Broken up by California. California's going to try to send this one far and wide as there's a turnaround. As the offsides call is going to be called off as Baskey gets the ball. Edinboro looking to counterattack. Going on the far side, and the near side is Ellie Frenia. Trying to take off the California defender, one-on-one, kicked away. Controlled in the midfield, the Fighting Scots. To possess this ball, they do in the midfield. Sent to the far side, but a little too much and a little too wide for the Fighting Scots. California throw. California trying to take charge in this one, trying to get at least another or 2 on the board. And Lynch is going to be Baskey's out. I guess it's a double-edged sword if you're Baskey coming out like that, denying a goal. But all it takes is one touch to get right past that Fighting Scots goaltender. And Lynch has the capability of doing so. Fighting Scots looking to attack. They'll just play this one back, looking to move forward. Settled in the midfield. Ball sent up forward, and that's going to be way offside. She's not going to get that call. California has a free kick now. Ball sent up. Controlled in the air by California. Back and forth play now. Olivia Bryant sends this one forward to Ross. If Ross can control it, get in behind the defense. And she doesn't. Looked like she was going to be fouled there. And this is pristine position for a free kick for California. We'll see what they can do. See what kind of attack they approach this with. It's going to be Delaquila that's going to take the set piece, and she seems to be the set piece specialist for the Vulcans. So we make our way into the 43rd minute of this game, and a good opportunity to get one of these last-minute goals on over the bar. To get a late goal like that right before halftime would have been huge for the Vulcans. Would have given them a big momentum switch going into half. Ball set. This ball sent in, headed away by the Fighting Scots, and Baskey is going to take control of this one. California will have a 3-game homestand after coming off back-to-back road games. Nice tic-tac-toe play there for the Fighting Scots. Broken up by the Vulcans, still possessed by Edinboro. Sent through in the midfield for Edinboro. Zupen sends the ball wide. It's going to be Kara Kern. Ball's broken up by the Vulcans. This one's going to be skyrocketed to the moon over the bar. Yet another chance for the Fighting Scots. So we make our way into the 44th minute.
1 minute left in the half.
1 minute to remain as this first half flew by. California will have a chance to regain their energy at halftime. Ross making her way down the far side. Ross. And a little miscommunication there from Kelly Lynch and Xana Ross. Sent forward now. Ball's going to be sent out wide for the Fighting Scots. They have 3 up. Matched with California's 3 defenders. This ball is sent in. No one's home. Controlled by Frenia. Joe Jones has a shot easy enough for Cologne to just cradle, and that will end the first half of this matchup. Fighting Scots, a 3-0 lead over California. California, they're going to be looking to regroup this halftime, come in, maybe knock a few in. Stick with us live on YouTube. On CUTV, we have women's soccer between the Fighting Scots and California. Stay tuned.
Dylan, what's wrong, man?
I just don't know how my family back home in Buchanan, West Virginia can watch our stuff up here.
They can follow us on Twitter, or they can like us on Facebook.
That's awesome. What about our sports? How can they watch that?
They could watch it live right on our YouTube channel.
Awesome, man. Thanks.
You're welcome.
Friday Night Lights shine on CUTV. August 25th, California at Brownsville. September 1st, Monessen at Carmichael's. September 8th, Southmoreland at Charleroi. September 22nd, McGuffey at Elizabeth Forward. September 29th, Franklin Regional at Connellsville. October 6th, Trinity at Bell Vernon. October 13th, Rochester at California. October 20th, Newcastle at Ringgold. October 27th, Washington at Best Center. Live on CUTV 1, tape delay, CUTV. The Friday Night Lights shine on CUTV. August 25th, California at Brownsville. September 1st, Monessen at Carmichael's. September 8th, Southmoreland at Charleroi. September 22nd, McGuffey at Elizabeth Forward. September 29th, Franklin Regional at Connellsville. October 6th, Trinity at Bell Vernon. October 13th, Rochester at California. October 20th, Newcastle at Ringgold. October 27th, Washington at Best Center. Live on CUT Delay, CUTV. Since 1937, the Student Association Incorporated, known as SAI, has served the CalU student body by providing activities, programs, and services. Every enrolled student has the ability to take part in over 125 different clubs and organizations. Managing participation in every SAI activity is easy with OrgSync, a powerful tool for staying connected. Located 1 mile from campus, the SAI Farm has 94 acres of meeting and recreational space. SAI, it's your student association.
And welcome back to Phil's Soccer Facility. California trails Edinboro Fighting Scots 3-0. We had a pretty between these two teams, and as I said before, I was solo on the broadcast. Now I'm joined with sports guru Gary Smith, our director here at CUTV. Gary, tell me what you saw in that first half.
Well, Steve, I saw a pretty hard-fought first half, and the score says 3-0 Edinboro, but California, they came out in that first 10-minute period of the first half, and they controlled the ball, they controlled the action. It's just Edinboro, I think, has a little bit more team speed, and then they took advantage of a couple set pieces to get the first 2 goals, and then a broken play, I think, for the 3rd goal. But other than the 3-0 score, I think California played a good, solid first half, and I don't know if it's college soccer. 3-0 may not be that insurmountable. We've seen crazy things, so all it takes is 1 goal to get some momentum.
Something that I saw personally in the first half, the Fighting Scots really taking control of those balls in the air, winning possession in the midfield. I mean, those aerial battles are so important because that's where your play is based going forward. So California needs to kind of tighten up in the midfield. And, other than that, they've been playing those balls to Xana Ross. Xana Ross, she has so much speed in that forward position. So when you get that ball over that defensive back for the Fighting Scots, Ross has a really good chance to get in. Yeah,
Ross actually had a little bit of a bad fortune there with 15 minutes left in the first half. Looked like she had a nice give and go, and the umpires called it offsides or else. And like you said, there's a couple times she's getting behind the midfield of Edinboro and getting to that back line. It's just that supporting players aren't keeping up, and like you said with the aerial balls, Edinboro's almost 2 moves ahead, and to use a chess term, they're getting to the play, and also they're getting to the aerial ball, but also getting the next pass to the next player. And as playing soccer, it's if you can control possession and get some of those 1-2 breaking down the defense, and that leads to 3 goals.
Yeah,
but it's a new half.
Yeah, it's a new half. You're mentally 0-0 on the scoreboard, but it does say 3-0. California, I say tighten up in the midfield. So far, Michaela Colon, the senior, we saw her last year. I mean, she is one tough cookie back there in net.
Oh, she's made a couple outstanding saves in the net, because this easily could have been 6-0,
Yep.
5-0, because she had a diving stop to her right that, if you're playing FIFA and you don't score that goal, that you're buying a new controller from your nearest electronics store. But see, this is a big stretch for California. We're in PSAC play. You got 3 straight home games. You have Edinboro and East Stroudsburg at home, but in the middle there's the number 3 team in the country, Kutztown. So at the very least, you want to work on some stuff in this second half. If you can get a few goals, to either tie it or get back in this game, but you almost got to use this second half, because Kutztown's no joke this year, 3 in the country. And
yeah, and it is a learning game. Kickoff for the second half is underway. California controlling that ball early in the midfield, trying to set up this play. They're going to be looking to go wide, and they do. Kelly Lynch just miscontrols that ball, goes out wide off a Fighting Scot. Or I'm sorry, that's going to be off a Vulcan.
Oh, that's a tough one. That would have been a great start for California, getting a throw in right outside the box area, but went off the California player, going to throw in. I think California, that's the start they needed. Now they just got to get possession and reverse this in the second, or at the beginning part of this second half.
And that's going to be a free kick. Kelly Lynch came in a little hot on that ball there, knocking over a Fighting Scot, just putting her shoulder. Fighting Scot looking to move forward, sending that ball in. Broken up by the Vulcans. This one's going to go right back to the Fighting Scots defensive zone.
And Steve, we saw that all first half, California clearing the zone, but Edinboro just getting to that free ball and being able to either send it right back or set up their offense and maintain possession.
Fighting Scots called for offsides, and both teams really sending this ball back and forth. Aerial bombs left and right. Both teams really looking to get that ball over the opposition's defensive backs.
We see right here a nice break for Edinboro.
Edinboro fighting that ball in the corner. That's going to be Mans. Working her defender, trying to send it out off the Vulcans for a throw.
And that's great defense right there. She had the player marked. Basically, it was either going to be knocked off of her for a corner kick or knocked out of bounds for a throw-in. So that's a great job of not allowing anything into the box.
Ball sent in to the feet of a Fighting Scott, broken up by the Vulcans. And Delaquila, she was that defender in that corner. She's the senior defender, the all-star defender on the California team. California breaks that one up. Sarah Baskey. Baskey controls that one. Baskey, she's been really pushing her limits, coming out of that box and almost playing as a center back.
And she almost got caught on that play I referenced right when we came back from half on the offsides play, because if that was onside, she would have been in the proverbial no man's land.
Yep.
And that would have been and I think that at the time the score was 2-0, so that would have easily made this game 2-1, and you never know what happens in the last 10 minutes of the half.
Fighting Scots send this one over the California defense. Into that far corner, Delaquila is challenged. Fighting Scots send that ball in. Cologne is right there to scoop that one up and deny the cross.
I tell you what, that is a great play by Cologne. She cut off all the angles, got to the ball to have some possession and maybe reverse his field position.
California trying to settle one in the midfield. Fighting Scots come away with the possession. Almost dragged down. California breaks it up, trying to clear this one out. Right back into the Fighting Scots. Reedy tries to move forward, broken up by Kelly Lynch. And Lynch, she was the one, she almost got that breakaway, but Baskey was right there playing as a goalie up forward. Fighting Scots send this one in. Chipped over the defender's head, and a collision there between two players. Chatton, slow to get up for Edinboro.
Yeah, Chatton's wearing a pretty lengthy or pretty substantial knee brace, so I'm not sure if that's what it was, but she's got up, and now good job of marking the player for California. That was
Danielle Kohler. Danielle Kohler broke that one up. Another big-time defender. She's a junior, so still has that seniority on a lot of players. This ball sent forward to Ross.
Yeah, I'm sure you mentioned this earlier. This is a young California team, a lot of freshmen team, so you know there's definitely pieces out there. It's just a matter of getting out there and getting. Brown said there's no experience for experience.
Exactly, and you couldn't have said it better than Coach Brown. This one's going to be off for Fighting Scots throw. But, yeah, I mean, this team is a puzzle. These young players, they are puzzle pieces. And once you get more recruiting in, get more players, there's nothing wrong with a rebuilding year.
Also might have been Yogi Berra or Yogi Bear. It was one of the three, so maybe that'll be a CUTV Twitter question. Who said the only experience is experience? But back to action. Edinboro has done a great job, Steve, of controlling the ball. And I wanted to ask you, you were talking about it before, games been played a lot in the air. As a former player yourself for Steel Valley, not that many years ago, was it frustrating when teams would take that route, playing primarily air? Is it just something as a player you just have to adjust to and move on?
And that's it. And, personally, I not like the balls in the air because I did play that center midfield, and let's just say I don't have the height for those aerial balls playing against some of the players that we did. California controlling this one in the midfield. So, yeah, it is frustrating when you're unable to control those balls in the air. Really gives that team, the other team, an extra edge in the game. Carberry sends this one forward, and number 3, Carolyn Passerbib, she's going to be open, miscontrols it, tries to keep it in, and that one's out for goal kick. Gary, what a great chance
for the play. Kind of skidded off the turf. It didn't really take a true up bounce. It kind of had some top spin and just kind of skidded away, but that was by far the best chance California's had to pressure Edinboro here in the second half. And like you said, if you get a couple more opportunities like that, then that goose egg is going to be cracked. Yeah, and California playing a great game here, sending those balls over. They're getting the chances. It's all about controlling the ball now. Edinboro has a chance. Haley Hammer bombarded by 2 California defenders. It's going to be Delaquila sending that ball out for a Fighting Scots throw. And that's your senior defensive stalwart back there. She knew what to do. She didn't take any chances with the ball, didn't try to misplace it, just took it to the side, let your defense get back, defend the throw-in, and move on. Instead of trying to make a play, either pass it back to the goalie or try and make a weird turn, did the right thing, did the fundamental play. And, those are things that don't show up on the stat sheets. No. But it shows up, on the coaching film and also with your teammates. You know that you have someone solid back there that's not going to going to be too big for them.
Yeah, and De La Quilla, she plays that right back position. The right back and the left back, the fullback position in itself, really, really underrated position. A position that really doesn't get the credit that it deserves.
Well, it's one of those positions that, it's almost like an offensive lineman in football that you don't really notice them until something goes wrong.
Yep.
Really.
Exactly, and Fighting Scots sending this one a nice touch forward, trying to get the ball on Sarah Reedy's feet.
Let me tell you what, Steve, I didn't really get a chance to watch too much. I was hoping our new director, Danny Beck, out there on the other press box, but California looks like they're doing a good job of closing down those gaps on those long through balls now.
Yeah, and they have been. As you saw, those 2 goals were off corner kicks. One corner kick, one kind of contributed from it, and then the other was just getting that ball in the corner and taking a Vulcan on one-on-one. So, yeah, California's doing a fantastic job, as that's going to be Sarah Reedy called for a foul, trying to take out the legs of Kira Carberry.
Yeah, she came in with some of the cleats a little high and a little out of control there. Good job by the ref. And this has been a pretty clean game so far. I don't think there's been more than a handful of fouls one way. It hasn't been chippy at all.
And you're gonna get that foul every once in a while, but there's no cards that have been shown so far. Knock on wood, this one's gonna go right to Baskey. But yeah, a very disciplined game. You have your bumps and your bruises, as you're gonna get out of every soccer game. But again, very disciplined from both sides. Baskey sends this one long. California can't get a foot on it. Is Kylie Austin? It's gonna go to Chadden. Chadden sends this ball back to the defense.
That would have been a great opportunity for California if Austin could have played that clean. She had space, and she would have had numbers moving the other direction. But a good play on the far side right now by California.
Yeah, California breaking that one up. They're going to try to find space, send this ball to the corner. That's going to be Passerbib taking on a Fighting Scot. This one's going to be kicked out of bounds by California. Fighting Scots throw.
And that's the second or third time, Steve, we've seen California attack that, if you're looking at the screen, that upper right-hand part of the field for Edinboro. So I don't know if they saw some fatigue out there or just that's the way the breaks are going. But, that's the second or third time that we've seen them try and make something happen down that right wing.
Yeah, and that's a midfielder or a fullback's job to point out the weak link on the opposing defense. And maybe that's what they're doing. Maybe they're sending that ball sending that ball to the corner on the far side, exposing that weak link on the defense. This ball sent in to the Fighting Scots area. Controls that one, taking on Xana.
On that, 2 Edinboro defenders, they collided, and if she would have been able to get through that little bit of a screen, she would have had a one-on-one. And I think with California, if they're going to get back in this game with 35 minutes left to go, they got to make Sarah Baskey work back there. Even if it's not saved, just make her think about stuff, because really she hasn't been tested. There's been about 7-8 minute stretches of this game where she's able to come up and actually act as a point guard almost, get the ball back to her and reset the offense. Yeah, and California, they're getting step 1, sending that ball to the corner. They're getting that step 2, controlling the ball, but it's that step 3, sending that ball in, that they can't really take advantage of. And if you want to send those balls in, as Fighting Scots almost had an opportunity, sends that ball out, but if you could just challenge them, get some shots on, get some crosses in, that really puts Baskey on her toes. I'll tell you what, De La Quilla is possibly the fastest player on the field right now, because she closed down on that free ball like a jet. Yeah. De La Quilla, the star defender, making her presence known. Fighting Scots on this near side, trying to send it forward. Broken up, California throw. I tell you what, you look down at these 2 roster, Steve, you see a good number of WPIL players for both teams. I mean, you got Moon, Venetia, Cole Center, which, of course, we all know real well, Greensburg, Cannonsburg. West Mifflin, Mount Pleasant. For Edinboro, you have Monaca, Allison Park, Beth Park. So, I mean, a lot of players have probably played each other at some point, either in their high school, scholastic, or club career. So, that's just something I always wonder. I always note that because, the dialogue that goes on during the play. Right, yeah. We don't quite know what goes on the field, what the players are saying as California fought for this one, comes away with it.
but unable to get that ball forward as that one was intended to go to Angel Jones.
And God bless you for bailing me out there because I got distracted by a bee halfway through that conversation. So CUTV and Wasps and successful equation right now.
Bees, stink bugs, we got the whole kit and caboodle up here. This ball sent forward, Fighting Scots. Send that one right to the Vulcans. Carberry sends this forward to Jones. Jones unable to get there, broken up by the Fighting Scots defense. This ball is going to be sent low, but nothing too much Francesca Senna can't take care of.
She telegraphed that pass very well. Great job by her getting back and closing out on that crossing pass.
Ball sent in. Again, broken up by Danielle Kohler. This one's going to be sent out by Kylie Austin. Right to the right back, Kelly Lynch. I'm sorry, that's going to be number 34, Olivia Bryan. Jones and Carberry link up. Right back to Bryan. Ball sent upfield. Fighting Scots controlled in the midfield, send it out wide. Looking to go up the field. A battle in that far sideline. Now Fighting Scots come away with it. Broken up again by De La Quilla.
We might be seeing just a touch of fatigue setting in for Edinboro. They've been carrying the right now, but we've seen a couple of those free balls. There's a nice play there, Steve.
And Ross is in. One defender to compete with, and she loses that ball. Just kind of slips off her feet. Now Edinboro, they're controlling it in their own corner. Now Ross pins them for a Fighting Scot throw.
And I tell you what, that was almost the break California needs. Ross got behind the defense, and I think it was a combination of the pass kind of got her on a weird hop, and Edinboro's defense closed in as we see some substitutions for Edinboro. It looks like number 18 Marissa Shields coming in, but I was saying right before that play, Edinboro looking a little slow a little slower than they had been. We've seen some balls in the air that they were going out aggressively earlier in this half, and they kind of just standing there watching let California take. And I don't know if that's just fatigue or it's they have a 3-0 lead.
Right, and it could be fatigue as we take a look over to the side. We have almost every single player warming up for Edinboro. This ball is going to be thrown in. Box, Ross unable to get ahead on it.
And it is a pretty muggy evening tonight. We've been blessed the first couple weeks of the fall sports season with fall-like cool, no humidity. But tonight it's probably at kickoff. It was probably about a shade less than 78 degrees, 80 degrees with a high humidity. So running up and down the pitch is definitely going to take it out of you.
Yeah, I mean you said it best. I mean that humidity really sets in. Fighting Scots chip this one over to California's defense. Kelly Lynch is there to break it up. She's going to fall on her back. This ball sent in right to the Edinboro player, and that one's going to be off the crossbar. A perfect opportunity, the Fighting Scots. She's going to head that one, and that was number 11, Haley Hammer, gets a head on it, hits the ground, and hits the post, and out. Man, Gary, talk about an opportunity for the Fighting Scots.
And I tell you what, I think we're going to have a yellow card in there, too, after. I don't know if somebody said something. I didn't see anything extracurricular in the way of activity, but that was just a heck of a play. The ball made its way into the box, and a good job by Michaela Conlon just to hold her ground and made the Edinboro player make a play and not give up a goal. So she kind of fundamentally stayed in her crease. Luckily for California, the ball kind of bounced up off the goal post, and it's going to result in a corner kick and a yellow card against California. Yeah,
as we enter about the 15th minute of this game, Fighting Scots send that corner in, headed out by the Vulcans. An aerial battle won. This one's going to be Jones. Jones finds herself bombarded by the Fighting Scots. This ball sent in. The All Reds find themselves in the corner. And this one's going to be broken up by number 7, Danielle Kohler.
And that was a nice play by Sarah Ritty just to get a little touch on the ball, get it to space, and let her player